the way, you kind of wonder why they still doing with January 6 hearings exactly. What are they trying to exactly get to? Um, they passed laws about voting. What they should be concentrating on is banning these guns, safety, school safety, and public places, etc. Where you go in supermarkets, where you go into areas, predominantly black areas. Let's keep it a buck with this situation. That's what they should be working on. Anybody with half a brain knows that Trump lied. He used a false premise. He Ponzi schemed millions of dollars out of people. He um, coerced so many other people. There's so many tie-ins to this, but how deep is it really? And who's all involved in it? And then Putin all of a sudden puts his thugs up to Ukraine and take over, and then the whole Trump the insurrection. All this stuff is like meeting at the same intersection. It's the divide to conquer in between pandemic and between everything else going on. But really, what is the January 6th hearings really going to accomplish? Because it's not like it's going to get Trump and Steve Bannon them locked up. And what does Rudy Giuliani know? And all the other stuff which he does know. And Mike Pence, what's it going to do? What does it really mean? Is it another just a waste of taxpayers' time and energy? And William Barr, like I did in my last video, he said a mouthful. So really, what are we doing? What we already know. Laws have been passed. They made it tougher on voting because they want to try to get this animal back in a couple years to do more destruction. You know. Now, what they could do is offer him his freedom in exchange that he never runs for public office again. Because that would be white privilege right there. He should be locked up, and who cares if he votes or who cares if he runs again? But that's just the point of what they're doing, you know. So, really, what is this January 6th hearings about exactly again? I know Liz Cheney's up there talking and all that, but really, what does it in detail if it's not going to bring criminal prosecution to the man who is the real culprit, who really, and we all know it was Trump, he instigated the whole nine? What are you doing? You need to be talking about guns. You need to be talking about inflation. You need to be talking about some stimulus checks. You need to be talking about better health. Pandemic is still around. You need to be talking about, protecting children, elderly, black people. And I say that in all that. And you need to be talking about, you know, how you're going to serve your community better. But we talking about something that we saw unfold, and it's schizophrenic and bipolar is all get out. So why are we still talking about January? What, unless you're gonna bring charges against Trump, that's what it should be about. And Steve Bannon and Rudy Giuliani. Unless you bring in charges up in January 6th against the real big wigs in this, you're wasting taxpayer energy. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. And they doing a lot of the James Brown saying talking loud and saying nothing. I'm out.